What we really need is to regain a manufacturing industry. If you drive the dollar down, we're just going to have to pay more for what we import because we don't have the industrial capacity to produce all these goods anymore.
I'm not
and
saying
if we're
I
going to get
agree
it back,
with that. I'm just saying there's got to be a strategy. What do we have, right? Trade war or drive the dollar down? You talked about the Fed printing money.
We can't win a trade war, and driving the dollar down is committing suicide. What we need to do is deregulate this economy, reduce all the burdensome and costly regulations, reduce taxes on business, which means cutting government spending, so that we can be competitive again, so that we can rebuild our manufacturing sector, so we can save money to make the investments that we need to retool. We've got to go back to work, and I'm talking real work, not this funny, the service jobs or government jobs. Yeah. We need to roll up our sleeves and get back to work.
I don't disagree. We are a nation of overconsumption. Fair enough? 75% of our economy is consumer spending, right? Everybody wants cheap stuff at the big box stores, but nobody wants cheap wages. We just talked about that yesterday with Kyle Bass, right?
Well,
there's the problem.
Yeah, you don't need cheap wages if you have a lot of capital. See, at one point in America, we paid the highest wages in the world, yet we exported to everybody because we had the smallest government in the world.
And the most productive workers.
Yes, they were productive because they had capital, and they had capital because we had an economy that generated savings. We didn't have a lot of government. So you can have big government or you can have a strong economy. You can't have both. If you want high wages, then you need government to be small. You need businesses to be competitive, which means instead of adding regulations, we should be repealing the regulations that exist. The government has undermined our productive capacity. That's why the jobs have gone. And the reason that the economy keeps getting worse is the government keeps repeating the mistakes.
But we hear so much from other sides, mostly on the left, right? I mean, just peruse some of these unions' websites. I was shocked to learn that Wall Street banks are responsible for every problem we have in America.
Well, the reason that Wall Street...
But that's what the White House in large part is listening to.
Well, of course. But the reason Wall Street made so many mistakes is because they were liquored up on government alcohol. You've got to understand the source of the problems. It's the Federal Reserve. It's the Congress for subsidizing and guaranteeing debts that in a free market never would have been made. Yes, the unions have an agenda. Sure, in some cases, they're driving wages artificially high. We need wages to be set in the marketplace. Now, unfortunately, wages in America have to come down now because we don't have the capital to support high wages. And we have all this government. So we're going to have to suffer falling wages. But that's not a good thing. No one should celebrate that. That's the unfortunate consequences of bad policies. But we have to stop those bad policies because if we continue them, wages are going to go down even more. And it's not really nominally. It's in real terms. As the dollar goes down, everybody's wages are going to be worth less. So the price is going to go up. People are going to be shocked in a year or two how much it costs at the grocery store to buy food. If people thought gas was expensive at $4 a gallon, wait till it's 10. Wait till it's higher.
I agree with you on that, Peter. I've been the only one out there for, I think, in my industry, screaming about the coming inflation. No one seems to care. Maybe I read too much history. Leave us with some good news. Right?
Well, the good news.
Good news, Peter. Before we end this interview, I got to have.
The good news is I can help. I mean, if you want to preserve your wealth,
I can help create a job because the guy running for the governorship of your state kind of stumbled through a question on that one.
Well, we're not going to create any jobs. What I can do is help people preserve wealth right now by getting their money out of dollars, by buying gold, by buying foreign stocks. I'm trying to preserve people's wealth and help them avoid the inflation tax because it's going to decimate most Americans. Americans that are foolish enough to leave their money in dollars, buying U.S. treasuries, buying corporate immunity bonds in this country are going to get wiped out. People have to take action now to preserve their wealth by moving it abroad, by accessing foreign stocks and bonds, by buying gold and silver. I mean, these prices, I think, are just going to go higher and higher and higher.
$13.79 is a bargain for gold.
Absolutely. Buy it.
That's $1,379 an ounce. It was $400 5 years ago.
Yes, and I was buying it 5 years ago. I was buying it at $250 10 years ago.
Why don't you sell to the people that want to buy it at $13.79?
I'm not selling them my gold. I'm still buying. I'm working as a dealer. I go and buy it in the market and resell it to clients. The price, I think, is going to go up because it's not gold going up. It's just the dollar losing value. And the more we print, the more value they're going to lose. That's what quantitative easing is. It's printing money. So money loses value. So get rid of it before it does.
And I meant running for Senate, not governor of your fine state, though, like Connecticut.
Well, I'm not running for Senate either anymore.
I was talking about Blumenthal when he was asked how to create a job, and he kind of gave a bizarre...
Well, he has no idea because he's never created one. I mean,
Some
the only person
don't have maps.
The only person he's ever employed is a housekeeper, and his wife pays for that.
Peter Schiff.
Or maybe a chauffeur that he got from the state.
Peter Schiff, Euro Pacific Capital, author, and generally just a fired up guy. We appreciate you coming on, Peter. There's your book again.
Anytime.
Take care, buddy.